Yeah, we were talking last night, Erwin, right along this line of people bypassing that. And if God is really out there, I was telling you, I read Leviticus and then Hebrews back to back. And if you read Leviticus, I told you I'd already be dead.
Right.
Because the sins there, the God of the Old Testament, basically, if you did those sins, you were dead, you were killed. Okay?
Right.
And in the New Testament, book of Hebrews says the reason that we're not instantly killed is that Jesus Christ is the one that took that sin and he died for us.
And John, for those who reject Christ, their judgment in New Testaments is greater than the judgment of Old Testament times. Sometimes people say, well, the God of the Old Testament was so harsh and cruel. But Jesus introduced us to this loving God who'd never send anyone to hell. You know what it says in the book of Hebrews? If they did not escape, how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? And here we have in the text people who neglected their salvation, even though they were the religious types who were plugged into God. Now, I think we should just stay on this text for one more minute and say, what would that be like? Can you imagine? In my book, I give the illustration of a man, who's in a swamp because a plane has crashed and there have been other survivors. But he's the only survivor now. And a rescue plane goes overhead but doesn't see him. And he sinks in the mud and knows that he's going to die. I mean, that doesn't even come close to what these people experienced. You're expecting to get into heaven, and the door of heaven is slammed in your face. Why? Because you lacked faith? No. These people had great faith, but they had the wrong object. Their faith was in their revelations, their faith was in their ability, maybe even in their miracles. What their faith was not in was exclusively Jesus Christ, the only one who is qualified to save people.